All right, continuing, number 17. So we have to find the measures of SP, Q, and R. And the first thing I'm going to say is to go with what they've given you already. What we do know is that this is a straight line. The measure from here all the way over to there is equal to 180. I have this transversal that's kind of going right through there, and it gives me that this whole angle right here is equal to 130. So in order to find that, you're going to take 180 and you're going to subtract 130 and you're going to get 50. So I know right now that angle Q is equal to 50. So let's think about what we know. If this is equal to 50, then I also know that angle S is going to be equal to 50. The reason for that is because these are alternate interior angles. Okay. Let's see, 110 angle P. So we're going to, I can't find angle P. Okay. If this is equal to 50, which we said was S, this one's also going to be equal to 50. And now we need to find angle 110. I'm sorry, angle P. Angle P is going to be equal to 110. No, sorry, 130. No, 110, because of this is equal to 110, which is what they're giving us. I'm sorry about that. So this is the vertical angle, 110, 110. Angle R right here is going to be equal to 20 degrees. Let me show you why. This triangle right here is equal to 180. All triangles are equal to 180. So I have 50 plus 110 plus x equals 180. So when you add 110 plus 50, that gives you 160 plus x equals 180. Divide by 160, divide by 160, x is equal to 20. Number 18. Kate made a scale drawing of a summer camp. The scale of the drawing was 7 millimeters per 1 meter. What is the drawing's scale factor? Simplify your answer and write it as a fraction. They give us this 1 meter equals 1,000 millimeters. So you're going to have 7 millimeters, sorry, I forgot the double M's there, is equal to 1,000 millimeters. This is actually, this question is going to be a bonus on your test, so we would like you to try it. So this is going to be equal to, cross multiply 7,000 divided by 7 times 1 is m. And you get, hang on one second. Sorry. And you're going to get 1,000 millimeters per meter. Number 19. What are the corresponding parts of the figures below? Select all that apply. So I have P, making these bigger because they're really hard to see, N, and this is O. So notice the position. 1, 2, 3. P, N, O. And this is in the first, second, third position. And we have W, U, V. So 1, second position, third position, okay? So is PQ or PO right here, P and O, first and third position, is that congruent to W and U? W and U, first and third position. Those are congruent. The next one says angle N is right here. It's also in the second position, is congruent to angle V, which is right here, but it is in the second position, so they are congruent. Angle ON, okay, let's go up here. ON, now we're going 3 to 2, is congruent to UV. UV, okay. Look at the position. Remember, we're going 3 to 2. This one is also 3 to 2, so that makes it congruent. And now we have angle P and angle W. Here's angle P, here's angle W. Angle P is in the first position, angle W is in the first position. They are congruent. Okay, we're going to create a congruent statement, and then we're going to find the measure of angle Q. All right, so we have triangle JHG and a Q, an O, and a P. What I also see that they have is 90-degree angle, 90-degree angle. So it's, I would say that JH is congruent to QO. Here's your congruent statement. And then I also know that we have 90 degrees here. All triangles are equal to 180. Okay, and if I know that J and H is congruent to Q and O, this is also going to be 54 degrees. So if I'm given two angle measures, I can find the third side and figure out what this is going to be equal to. I think I said that backwards. Disregard what I just said because we're looking for Q, I apologize, and not P. So we know that this one is 36 degrees because these two are congruent. So if we're looking for Q, I'm sorry, we just had the wrong side. So we have a 90 degrees plus 36 plus X equals 180. So your total is going to be 126X equals 180. Divide by 126, divide by 126, X is equal to 54 degrees. So that is your answer. Okay, in the figure line M, find the measure of each indicated angle if measure 1 is 38 degrees. So if measure 1 is 38 degrees, the angle of measure of angle 3 is 38 degrees because of vertical angles. The measure of angle 2, I'm going to find the measure of angle 2 because I know that supplementary angles equal 180. So I'm going to subtract 180 from 38 and it gives me 142. Okay, the measure, let's write that in there, 142, the measure of angle 5. Well, if I know that 1 is 38, angle 5 is going to be 38 as well because of corresponding angles. And the measure of angle 6. I know that angle 6 and angle 2 are corresponding angles, so therefore angle 6 is going to be 142 degrees. And measure of angle 8. Also, if I look at it, I know that it's obtuse, so if they're all following the same pattern, I know that it's going to be 142 degrees. But to justify, we said that angle 6 was 142 degrees. This is vertical angle, it makes its X, so this is also 142 degrees. And the measure of angle 7 is going to be 38 because the measure of angle 5 was 38 and they are vertical angles. 2 more. Okay, the figure shows a board that will be cut along parallel segments GB and CF. AD is parallel to HE. Choose the letter for the best answer. Find the measure of angle 1. Okay. All supplementary angles are equal to 180. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to subtract 180 from 60, and it gives me 120. Okay, so angle 1 is going to be equal to 120. So that's going to tell me measure of angle 2 is next, and I know that these 60 and 2 are alternating angles. So the measure of angle 2 is also going to be 60 degrees. Now we're going to find the measure of angle 4. Let's write this in here. I can recognize right now, even though this is flipped and you guys have always seen parallel lines that were horizontal, The measure of angle 2 and measure of angle 4 are corresponding, so that's going to be 60 degrees also. The measure of angle 6 is corresponding to our original angle that was given to us, so that is also going to be 60 degrees. Find the measure of angle 3. Angle 3 is corresponding to angle 1, so that's going to make that 120 degrees. The measure of angle 5 corresponds to angle 7, and that's going to be 120 degrees. And the last one is find the measure of angle 7. That one is also, wait a second, that one is going to be 120 right here, because these are alternate interior angles, and angle 7 is corresponding to angle 5, which makes it 120. Last question. Use a proportion to find the missing side. Assume that triangle ABC is similar to triangles DEF. So what I know now is I'm looking for X, so I'm going to say that AB is similar to AC, or these are my two sides that I'm picking, AB, AC. So they're going to be similar to DE, okay, and then DF. So now I just plug in my numbers. So I have 20, which was AB. AC was 28, is similar to DE, which is 15, and DF, which is X. Cross multiply, and then divide. 420 equals 20x, and solve.